Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I hope you can hear me, everyone. Navneet, Ajay, Linga, everyone. Good evening. Okay. So I welcome you to this revision class of CA Intermediate Tax, Income Tax. We discussed, so last session of the revision, we discussed the questions on the clubbing, set off, and some part of the deductions also we did, right? Any queries anyone has from the last session of revision? Anyone, are we good with that? Okay. So I hope it's fine to everyone. Let me quickly share my screen. I hope you can see my Excel, right? Tanu, Ajay, Linga, can you confirm? Navneet, you can see my Excel file, right? Okay, great. Okay, first of all, have you revised the next two chapters? We discussed like deductions in the TDS and the return filing. Have you revised? Everyone, quickly. I want your active participation, okay? Have you revised those chapters? Okay, good. So, and we have also shared the questions that we'll do as practice today, right? I hope everyone has those questions as well, right? So we'll follow the same pattern like we did in the last session. So we'll just quickly go through the book in a very like prima facie mode, right? We'll just see a few things and then we'll go to the questions. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this is chapter number 7, Advanced Tax, TDS and TCS, right? Again, this look like a big chapter. I'll say if you will quickly revise from the summary, then go to the chapter, it would be comparatively easy. So, and very good summaries are given in the books, very good tables are given in the book, right? Okay. Section 192 salary. Uh, so, okay, sometimes the question comes, is the section number important? See, most of the section numbers, if you remember the provisions and you know it by heart, then automatically you learn it, right? Most of the sections which are important ones like 192, 193, 194, 194J, 194C, M, Q, all these you should learn. Okay, you should learn it because if you will write the section number in the exam, right, then it would add extra value to your answer. Section 192 salary. Again, salary you need to deduct the TDS, right, at the average rate of income tax. There is no specified rate. Whatever rate is applicable to the individual, the computation is being made and the salary TDS is deducted. 192 is about the premature withdrawal from employees provident fund, right? If the payment is greater than 50K, like, okay, if you withdraw after 5 years of continuous service, right, it is non-taxable, right, everyone? Then if you withdraw it premature withdrawal, then there is a TDS that is applicable, right? Next, section 193. 193 is about the interest on securities greater than 10K, 10%. 194 dividend greater than 10K, 10%. 194A interest other than interest on securities. If you pay greater than 50K, sorry, greater than 50K, right? Or it is applicable to individual HF if your turnover or the exceeds 1 CR, or in case of profession it exceeds 50 lakhs, right? 10%. Then next is, if it is a senior citizen, then the limit is 1 lakh, 1 lakh, right? Next, 194B winnings from lottery. Very simple. We know the tax rate is 30%. TDS rate is also 30% if it is exceeding 10,000 rupees. 194B is for the online games, again 30%. 194B is from the winning from racehorses. We know the rate is very easy, 30% greater than 10K. 194C, very important section. Single payment you make to any person greater than 30K, or aggregate you make in the year is greater than 100K. 100K. sorry, you can say 30,000 or 1 lakh. I have a habit of speaking in Ks. Okay, sorry for that. 30,000 and 1 lakh, right? So need to deduct, then they need to deduct the TDS, right? For the individual HF, if it is again same scenario, if they are subject to their turnover is crossing 1 CR and 50 lakhs, right? Then 1% is to be deducted in the case of individual HF and 2% in case of any other person. One important thing, if you pay the amount for personal purposes, are you required to deduct 194C? If you pay for personal purposes, is TDS required? The answer is no. Individual HF need not deduct where the exclusively for paid for the personal purposes. Clear? Next, 194D is about the insurance commission greater than 20K, right? 2%. 2% of the pay is a non-corporate and 10% of it is a domestic company. 194DA, 194DA is about the life insurance. Okay, there is a section 1010D, if those conditions are satisfied, is non-taxable. If it is taxable, then the TDS will be there. If it is greater than 100K, 1 lakh, right? 2%. 194G commission on sale of lottery tickets greater than 20,000, 2%. 194H insurance greater than 20,000 in a financial year. Again, individuals 1 crore 50 lakhs condition, and you pay to any resident 2%. 2%. 194I. Okay, now there are two sections which are important. In fact, these 194I, three sections in a row are very important. 194I, do remember the section number 194IA and 194IB. See, how you will differentiate. 194IA was a normal section of the rent. If you pay rent greater than 50, now, okay, there is an amendment here. Uh, I'm not sure. I think this year it has changed, or last year also it was there, I think, right? Last year, greater than 50,000, right? Now, earlier there used to be limit of 2,40,000, right? Now this limit is changed to greater than 50,000 per month or part of the month. If you pay rent more than 50,000, exceeding 50,000 per month or part of the month to any resident, for a plant and equipment, then 2% is applicable. For land or building, then 10% is applicable, or furniture and fixtures, right? Now this is important. 50K per month, right? 194 IA, that was for the normal rent where individual HF 1 CR 50 lakhs and all, right? Now this is 194 IA is for the immovable property purchase of payment for the immovable property. If the consideration is greater than 50 lakh. Now, okay, one important thing. I ask you one thing. If you purchased it for 45 lakhs, but the stamp duty value is 55 lakhs, you purchased for 45 lakhs, stamp duty value is 55 lakh, whether the TDS is applicable or not. You purchase the immovable property, stamp duty value 55 lakh, you purchase actual consideration 45 lakhs. But it is actual consideration. Okay, Navneet says it is applicable on stamp duty. Okay, Navneet, let me reverse the scenario. Stamp duty value 45 lakh, actual consideration 55 lakh. You said it is applicable on stamp duty value. So it means 1% of 45 lakh I need to take. The answer is no. It is the higher of the above, right? Higher of the both. Actual consideration or stamp duty value, whichever is higher. You see that if it is greater than equal to 50 lakhs, then 1% of the consideration is required to be deposited. Clear, everyone? Then 194B, 194IB, sorry, IB, not B. 194IB is for the payment of rent by certain individuals and HF. Okay, tell me, in this scenario of 194I here only those individual HF are considered whose turnover is greater than 1 CR or 50 lakhs, right? If I'm a salaried person, am I covered? If I'm a salaried person, am I covered in 194I? The answer is no. And this provision has affected a lot of persons, okay? Many salaried people who are earning lots in crores and all, right? And then they are paying rentals more than 50,000 per month, but the government was not able to track them. So they said, okay, you are paying high rentals greater than 50,000 per month. You need to deduct TDS so that we can catch the other party. Okay, visual coming to it. Individual HF, okay, other than who are covered in 194 IB. Now they pay to any resident 2%. Now this 2% is for you need to deduct from the last month rent. You need to deduct from the last month rent for the entire year. For the entire year, you need to deduct from the last month rent. Let's suppose you paid 60,000 per month. 60,000 per month. The total rent would be 60,000 into 12, 7,20,000, right? You will deduct 7,20,000 into 2% from the last month rent. Clear? Visual, which first point you want in the blue box? 194 IB you want? 194 IB? 191A? Where is 190? IA? Okay, IA, this one you want? Visual, quickly. Okay, payment on transfer of certain immovable property other than agricultural land. Agricultural land is non-taxable. Rural agricultural land is non-taxable, so that's why it is not, no TDS is there on that. Clear? Then 194J. 194J is for the fee for technical. Okay, and one more thing, let's suppose if you have any query which you're not able to, let's suppose if you think you have any query from any other chapter or anything like that, you can just write it down during the class. Okay, let's suppose I'll also give you the chance to unmute so that you can also speak and ask me query whatever queries you have, right? So no need to worry, all your queries will be resolved. 194J professional services 50K. Now this limit is 50K now, 50 greater than 50K. Earlier this used to be 30K. Now the limit is 50K. You pay for the professional services 2%. 2% engage in business or profession of call center, FTS royalty and all 2%. Sorry, 2% and then 194K other than amount. Sorry, 2% people engaged in the operation of call centers. In case of technical services or royalty, where the royalty is in the nature of sale, distribution or exhibition of cinematographic films, then 2%, then normally it is 10% rate. Then 194K income on units other than in the nature of capital gains, 10%. 194 LA is for compulsory compensation on acquisition of immovable property. Then greater than 5 lakh if you receive 10%. 194M, again an important provision. If the examiner tries to confuse in 194C and 194M, right? The individuals who are not covered in 194C, H or J, for them it is applicable. For them it is applicable, right? And again, if they pay greater than 50 lakh to a contractor, greater than 50 lakh to a contractor, then 2% is required. Then 2% is required. Clear? 194N is for cash withdrawals greater than 3 crore is a cooperative society greater than 1 crore in any case, and 2% is the rate. In the if in case the person has not filed ROI and all, then in that scenario, it is increased. Then it is 194P. Pension along with interest on bank account you receive, right? Then rates, whatever rates in force are there, accordingly the tax is being deducted. Because it is tax like as according to salary as well, you deduct the TDS accordingly, it is there. The rates in force. Purchase of goods greater than 50 lakh, again it's important. Now, if you purchase the goods greater than 50 lakhs, right, then the buyer is required to deduct TDS. Now, what is a buyer? Let's suppose I purchase from someone 50 lakhs, greater than 50 lakhs, 60 lakh goods, right? Do I deduct the TDS? Always the answer is no. If my turnover is exceeding 10 CR or more, then only it is applicable. And it is 0.1% of the sum exceeding 50 lakhs. It's important. If you have made the purchase of 60 lakhs, it's not on the entire 60 lakhs you will deduct. You will deduct 1.1% on the sum exceeding 50 lakhs. Okay. It's not on the entire amount. Then 194R is for benefit and perquisite greater than 20K, 10%. 194T is for the salary, commission, bonus, interest. Okay. This is a new provision applicable from this financial year only. This is important. 194T. Please do expect. You can expect a question as well, because why I'm saying so, this provision is effectively applicable from current year only, financial year 25-26. Okay. So sum of aggregate of the sum greater than 20,000, if you pay the partner of any firm any salary, then 10% TDS is applicable. This is a new provision. Earlier this was not there. Okay. Now, if you don't have that PAN, if you don't provide the PAN number, then the rate in force or the rate specified in the act of 20% in or 194Q, it is 5%. The TDS is to be deducted. What is 194Q? We have seen that 50 lakh provision, purchase of goods, right? Then advance payment of tax, advance tax, right? You need to pay the advance tax by the 15 June, September, December, and March, 15, 45, 75, and 100%. We'll do a question as well on the advance tax. Okay. Then manner of computation, you see the how do you compute it? If you fail to pay the advance tax, you need to pay the deposit interest under section 234C. Then you will calculate that whatever period you have made the default, and you will calculate the part of the month also considered as per month, right? You have to pay the interest 1% per month. Then next is computation of interest and yeah, TCS provisions. TCS provisions. Navneet, you have already revised the deductions in the last session, right? You have already revised. TCS is for the alcoholic liquor, then leaves. Okay, please do remember these numbers. Okay, coal is also very famous in sometimes, right? 1%, right? Timber, 2% and all forest produce, right? So lease or a parking lot and all, right? Now LRS one is also important. If you purchase a tour program, 5% till 10 lakhs and then 20% thereafter. These are very, very important limits. Please do remember, right? Okay, there is one more thing. If you do not furnish the pen, then 5% is the rate. Twice the rate specified in the act or 5% of the TCS rate is there. There is one more thing I just wanted to focus on is it was in the TCS, I think. Okay, maybe it's not here, but I'll cover it through the question. It is in the book. Navneet, okay. So this was about the TDS. Navneet, tell me one thing. The topic was written in the set of deduction topic was written in the last session as well in the current session as well. Now, last session when we have revised, it is not worth it that we revise it again. If you want to see it again, you can just quickly have a look at the last session, right? If you want to revise it, but we have already covered it in the class. Today we'll also be practicing some questions on the deductions, right? I only covered it up, right? If you have any query, I can surely entertain it then, right? So there is no like that will be duplication, right? If you just want to attend it, you can just attend that video again. Okay. Now quickly going to the return filing. Very, very easy chapter. It seems to be 60 page, but it's very, very easy. Okay. Yeah. Individuals, they're required to file the, no. Who are required to file the return of income, companies, firms, any person, resident, other than not ordinary resident. Okay. Now, if a person RNOR also, if they're having a beneficial ownership outside India signing authority or anything like that, then you need to file the return. If the individual or HUF, sorry, in case of individual HUF, again, this is an important point. Individual HUF, if their income is exceeding the basic exemption limit. What is the basic exemption limit? What is the basic exemption limit in case of new scheme? Default regime, 4 lakhs. In case of old scheme it is 2.5 lakhs. Senior citizen, 3 lakhs. Super senior, then accordingly, right? So 2, 3, and 2.5, 3, and 5, right? So again, one more thing. You need to see this income before reducing the deductions under chapter 6, say 80C to 80U. Those you don't have to deduct and see. And again, section 54, 54B, D, E, C, and F. You have to see the income before this exemption. Clear? What's happening? Sorry. Yeah. Next is any person other than a company, they have deposited greater than 1 crore, 1 CR in the current account and then incurred more than 2 lakh on the travel to foreign country or expenditure of more than 1 lakh in the consumption of electricity, they are required to. They're required to file the return of income even if their income is less. Even if their income is less, right? Next, CBDT has notified, okay, they have also notified some other persons if the sales turnover greater than 60 lakhs, right? The profession receipts greater than 10 lakh, aggregate TDS, TCS greater than 25K, or if 60 or more than 50 lakhs, sorry, 50,000, and then deposited one or more saving bank account greater than 50,000, then also are required to file the return of income. Due date of filing 31st October. Company other than, okay, let's see it like this. An individual, normally 30, if it is a company or a person whose accounts are required to be audited, or if it is a partner of a firm whose accounts are required to be audited, then it is 31st October. In case of TP cases, transfer pricing cases, 30th November, rest all 31st of July. Next, return of loss. Okay, by the way, I think, okay, that was in the later on, right? That was, there is, okay, to be true, there is one amendment here, but that is not applicable for your exam. That has come with this finance act. 30th November, Navneet. Okay, What is transfer pricing? Okay, I think you don't know this. That's why you're asking this question. There are some cases where you need to file Form 3CEB. Okay, there is a transfer pricing. Now, if you enter, let's suppose I have a company in India, I have a company in US, I have a company in Japan, right? Now, Indian company is the parent, that company is the subsidiary, right? Okay, let's take an example of Dubai, right? So India has a 25% tax rate. 25 in the new scheme, how much it comes for the companies? 22% plus 10% plus 4%. It comes 25.168%. In the Dubai, the corporate tax rate is very less, 9%. Now what I do, I have my own subsidiary in Dubai. Now I try to book. Let's suppose I am purchasing something from Dubai. Okay, I am purchasing something from Dubai. I purchase it at a higher rate. If I will purchase at higher rate, my expenses will be more, my profits will be less. So what I do is, if I book. Give me 1 second. If I book now in my in India, the income will be less, Dubai income will be more, because the India tax rate is less. India tax rate is high. That's why making less taxable income in India, so that I have to pay less taxes. So that's why people try to rotate the money between the countries. So the government says that you need to do the transactions at arm length. Whatever should be the reasonable price. If that, let's suppose it would have been an independent party, then whatever price you would have charged, you need to do the transactions at that price. So that is applicable. Now that is called transfer pricing report form 3CEB. Now that is applicable. If that is applicable, then you get some additional time. The return filing date is 30th of November. 30th of November. Clear? 139.3 return of loss. Return of loss. You need to see. This is just a date. Transfer pricing is not. Transfer pricing is not there in your syllabus, right? This is just a date that you need to remember. Return of loss 139.3, right? You need to file if you want to claim the loss, you need to file within the due date. But there are two exceptions: loss from house property and unabsorbed depreciation. You can even set off even if file after the due date. Belated return 139.4. If you haven't filed the return on time, you have additional time. You can file up to 31st December of that year, or the completion of assessment, whichever is earlier. 139.5 revised return, again till 31st of December you can do revised return. 234A interest, if you there is an interest for delay in furnishing of return of income. If you do not after the due date of the return, whenever you furnish the return, so it's 234A applies. Section 148 40A, you need to make the computation of the self assessment tax and pay the taxes. 139A is for the updated return. If you couldn't file the return on time, or sorry, if you were to file update your return, you need to declare additional income. Then in that scenario, you can update your return. But updated return is allowed only to the benefit of the department, not to the benefit of the assessee. Because if it is a loss return, then it is not allowed. If it is the effect of decreasing the tax liability, then it is beneficial to you, not to the department. So they're not allowing it. If the refund is increasing, then they're not allowing you, right? Next, you need to pay tax on the updated return. How much? You have already mentioned me, right? 25, 50, 60, and 70% accordingly. Till 48 months, you can revise, right? You can update it. Defective return, if it is defective return, then they give you the time of 15 days and all. You need to correct it. If you don't correct, then the return is treated as invalid return. 234 FE, if you file the return late, right? If you file the return late, then the 234 FE is applicable. 5,000 normally. If the total income of the person doesn't exceed 5 lakhs, then the fee payable is 1,000 rupees only. 139A permanent account number, you need to put the permanent account number everywhere, right? Wherever it is required in all correspondence, challans and everything. Now, interchangeability of PAN with Aadhaar has been there. Quoting of Aadhaar number, you need to have the Aadhaar linked with PAN and all those things. You can just quickly study it. There is one more important thing which is not given in the summary, that when you need to mention the PAN number. Give me 1 second. On which page number is there? Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, this is nature of transactions where quoting of PAN is mandatory, right? Rule 114B. This is on page number 8.28. 8.28, right? If you purchase motor vehicle and all cases, right? Other than two-wheeled vehicle, if you purchase a scooter, you purchase a bike, not required. Opening a time deposit, all such transactions, bank application and all. Hotel payment you make greater than 50,000 in cash. In cash. If you pay by the check, is it applicable? The answer is no. If you pay for the foreign travel, then PAN number is mandatory. Okay, if your expense is more than 2 lakhs, then the return is also mandatory. It is the quoting of the PAN number. If you pay more than 50,000 in cash, again in cash, then mandatory. Mutual fund 50,000 in all debentures, 50,000 reserve bonds, 50,000, all these limits you can just quickly have a look. Then life insurance, if you purchase greater than 50,000, here the cash is not written. Every case you are required to write. Then sale purchase of immovable property greater than 10 lakh, greater than 10 lakh. Then sale purchase of and other goods and services greater than 2 lakh. The PAN is required. Clear? So this is about this chapter. Now let's move to the questions. I hope everyone is clear till here. Okay. Today I think the questions comparatively after this revision should be simple. Let's see it. Examine the applicability and determine the tax deduction collection of source as per. Okay, have you practiced these questions by the way? Everyone, have you practiced these questions? Yeah, three-wheeler, except two-wheeler, the PAN is applicable, right, Navneet? And if the vehicle value is greater than 10 lakh, then the TCS is also applicable, right? Okay, let's start it. Examine the applicability of tax deduction and collection at source as per Income Tax Act 1961 for assessment year 26-27. ABC Limited. I hope the font size and everything is okay. It's visible to you clearly. 1 second. ABC Limited sells a flat to Mr. Jatin for 47 lakhs on 15th May 2025. The agreement to sell provides that Mr. Jatin has to pay maintenance charge. Navneet, is that fine now? Okay. Okay, Navneet, I'll say one thing. Okay, just not pointing out to you only, but I have seen some students, right? So you're writing some things in Hindi. Okay, see, ultimately you're entering into a course where you will be after. Let's suppose you're done with the course, then you will be dealing with the practical, right? Right. Let's try to be write some formal languages in the classes as well. Like you have written in Hindi and all, right? Try to this thing you can also write in English. So try to change your language and try to adopt those things because now after internship you will go for the articleship, right? So I'll say one thing: just try to speak more in English or converse more in English. That will be better because accordingly, that is what you will have to adopt when you go to the internship and when you go to the practical life, right? Okay. ABC Limited sells a flat to Mr. Jatin for 47 lakhs for on 15th of May 2025. The agreement to sell provides that Mr. Jatin has to pay maintenance charges 10,000 per month for 24 months in advance, 3 lakh for car parking, 1 lakh for club membership fee, and the stamp duty value of the flat is 48 lakh. Tell me whether TDS is applicable or not. Navneet, fair enough. You can write. You can write. I'll answer. If you will write in Hindi as well, then also I will answer. That's not a problem. I'm just saying, try to improve yourself. Okay. I'm not saying you just don't ask the queries. Okay. Now, okay. Tell me what is the answer. First of all, which section is attracted? Can you tell me which section? Let me open it in the Chrome. Okay. So if you will see section 194I, A is applicable, right? It's more than 50 lakh. Now tell me, you will see this 47 lakh or you will add up all of this? Or you will add up all of this? You see, if you will not add up all of this, people will try to misuse this section. right? So that's why we need to add up all of this. So 47 lakh, how much will be the amount? Then how much? 10,000 per month for 24 months. 10,000 for 24 months. 3 lakhs, 1 lakh, right? How much will be the amount? 53 lakh 40,000. How much will be the TDS then? How much? What is the percentage of TDS, everyone? Quickly. What is the percentage of TDS? 1%. How much will the TDS to be deducted? 53,400. Clear? Next. State government of Jharkhand grants a lease of coal mine to XYZ Limited. Now, this is the state government. They grants a lease to coal mine. Can you see coal mine? TCS provisions. They give it to XYZ Limited. They are giving a lease to whom? For 7 crore. 7 crore. This is the state government. Now, in case of TCS, we need to see the buyer. We need to see the buyer. Who is the buyer? XYZ Limited is the buyer. Whether TCS is applicable? Whether TCS is applicable? Quickly, everyone. Yes, it should be applicable. How much? 2%. 2% is the rate. Clear? Next. Charged 7 crore and XYZ sold coal for 2 crore to 11 up PSU. Now they have further sold. They have further sold 2 crore worth 2 CR to a PSU. PSU name is LM and N. LMN. It is a PSU. Now whether TCS will be applicable or not here, 2 CR. Everyone, will TCS will be applicable or not? Okay, tell me the reason for no, Navneet. Tell me the reason for no. It is a PSU of the government, so it's not applicable. Clear? It's not applicable. Okay. Are we good till here? Okay. Abhimanyu, it doesn't work like this. You are saying how I can add the other maintenance charges. See, whatever you pay at the time of purchase, that all will be included. Abhimanyu, I'll tell you why these provisions are there. People try to misuse these provisions. People say, okay, there is a house value 60 lakhs. So what I will do? I will keep it for 45 lakhs, so it is below 50 lakhs. And then the rest 15 lakh I will show as maintenance fee, I will show as furniture purchase, I will show as AC purchase and all those things. So that's why all of these are included. All of these are included. Okay. Even these costs will be included. Next. Okay, it had some of the questions from residential status as well, but no problem. You have already revised it. Chapter number 2 you have already revised, so you will be able to do it. Mr. Narendra Sharma, aged 54 years, an Indian citizen carrying on retail business in Dubai. He frequently visits India for business purpose. Detail of his visits are as per. Afterwards, he decided to shift permanently in India, closed his business in Dubai, so came to India on 27th of November 2025 and joined Indian company Cosmos Heritage at registered office in Mumbai. Okay, he's in Mumbai. From December 25, he has taken flat on rent for 60,000 per month. Okay, if they are given some such information of 60,000 per month, do you see the TDS question may come? More than 50,000 per month, 194 IB TDS, 2%. From Mr. Sarthak, an Indian resident, and Mr. Sarthak provides a PAN number to Mr. Narendra Sharma. These are the salary he draws: basic salary, cost of living allowance, HRA, and other allowances. Next. Okay. Next is for the period from April to November, his business income arising in Dubai is 26 lakhs. 26 lakhs. Now his business income is from Dubai. His turnover is 95 lakhs for the previous year they have given, and is not liable to any tax in Dubai. He is active in equity investing. Following are the details. He purchased these shares. He has sold these shares. All the purchase and sale details are given. Rainbow Limited declared an interim dividend of 200% on this date. He shifts the he wants to shift out of the default regime. It means he is following the old regime. It means he is following the old regime. Clear? Now what is the question? The residential status. This is an interesting question. Residential status. This is case scenario 13. Residential status. Okay, help me to calculate the residential status. Number of days. We need to calculate for financial year 2024, so 25-26. Now this information is till February 25, so it is not relevant. Now he has come to India on 27th of November. 27th November he comes to India. So how many days of November? How many days of November? 27, 28, 29, 30. How many days of November? 4 days. Then November, December 31 days. January 31 days. It was a leap year. 26 was not a leap year. So 28 days, then 31 days. So in total, 125 days. In total, 125 days. Now, if it is 125 days, one second. Now, if it is 125 days, then can I say him resident? The answer is no. So I will check 182 days condition. Based on that, I cannot say, but I can check it is 60 plus 365 condition. I can check. I need to check the last 4 years then. Last 4 years. Now, which years I will check? I will check the 4 preceding years. Financial year 2021, 22 I will check. 21, 22. Then I'll check 22, 23. Then I'll check 23, 24. Then I'll check 24, 25. Right? Let's see. The question is not difficult. Very simple. Let's see. We need to see financial year 21, 22. 21, 22. So he left India on 26th April 2021. So he was there from 1st of April till 26th of April. How many days? 26 days. 26 days he was there. Then he left India. Then 21, 22, 23. He didn't came in 22 and he was not there till March 23. So here it was 0 days. Then 23, 24 from 1st of April 23. So he entered India on 9th of September. He was there till 10th of January. So September, how many days? Including the 9th, 22 days. October 30, 31. Then November 30 days. December 31 days. And he was in India for 10 days of January. 124 days. Financial year 24, 25. Again came to India on 27th December 24. Okay, he came on 27th December. So how many days of December? 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st, 5 days plus 31 days plus he was there for 20 days of February. So 56 days. So last 4 years he was not present for 365 days. So what status you will give him? What status you will give him? Non-resident. But for the case of non-resident, you need to see one more thing. He is a citizen of India. He is an Indian citizen. We need to see whether he is a deemed resident. We need to see whether he is a deemed resident. Can you tell me his income from India? His income from India is more than 15 lakhs or not? See here, his income 275 into 4 months. And then all of this is more than 15 lakhs. His income is more than 15 lakhs. So can I say he is a deemed resident? Because why he is a deemed resident? Because in Dubai there is no tax. In Dubai there is no tax. So he will enjoy a tax haven. That's why he'll be called a deemed resident. He will be called as a deemed resident. Clear? And what is the status of deemed resident? He is treated like RNOR. He is treated as like RNOR. Clear? I hope everyone is with me till here. The answer would be a D, deemed resident. Which of the following statement is correct? Of the dividend paid by Rainbow to Mr. Narendra. Okay, let's see for how much is the dividend paid by Rainbow. This is Rainbow pays the dividend recorded is 31st of January. How many shares of Rainbow Limited the SSE was having? Rainbow is given here. Let me change the color. Rainbow is given here. Rainbow is given here. Rainbow is given here. So here it was a purchase. It was on 10th of December, 28th of December, and 3rd of January. So it is all before 31st of January. If something would have been after 31st, then we would not have taken it into consideration for the dividend. So how many shares? 50 plus 200 plus 100. 350 shares are there. 350 shares are there. Now for 350 shares, 200% dividend. 200% is the face value. How is the face value? 10. 10 into 200%. $20 dividend. So 20 INR dividend. 20 rupees dividend. How much? 7K. 7K. Now this dividend is taxable. But will the TDS provisions apply? Will the TDS provisions apply for dividend? Will the TDS provisions apply? Everyone, yes or no? Will the TDS provisions apply on this dividend? Dividend is less than 10,000. Not applicable. TDS is not applicable. Clear? Dividend received from Rainbow is taxable, but since the dividend is less than 10K, the no tax is required to be deducted at source. No tax is to be required to be deducted at source. Clear? What will be the TDS liability of Mr. Narendra for rent paid? Again, very simple. Now these things should be on tips, right? 60,000 per month. For how many months the rent was there? 4 months. He is taken on 1st of December. 60,000 into 4. How much? 2,40,000. On this 240K, how much percentage? 2%. 2%. How much should be the TDS amount? 4,800. No. C should be the answer. C should be the answer. Clear? Okay, Navneet says 2% is for plant and machinery. Navneet, which section are you applying? Are you applying 194I or are you applying 194IB? This person is a salaried person. In fact, I took the example at the time of revision of salaried person only. Is this an individual HUF crossing the turnover of 1 crore or crossing the turnover of 50 lakh? Is he doing a business or profession? Okay, Navneet says less than 1 CR. No, 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 no. Your understanding is wrong. Is he doing a business? Is he doing a profession? The answer is no. He is a salaried person. Navneet, understand one thing. You don't have to total this up. Even if the salary is more than 1 CR, even if the salary is more than 50 lakhs, still you see the 1 CR and 50 lakh for the person who is doing business or profession, their turnover. For salaried person, you don't check those limits. For them, the tax audit and all those things are not applicable. So you need to check if the person is other than a person who is running business or who is running business or profession, but their turnover is less than 1 CR or 20 or 50 lakhs. Clear? Okay, now they're asking us to calculate the income and income from salaries. Very easy. Income under the head salary. How much? They've given this thing. They've told you something. Old scheme or new scheme? Have they told you somewhere? They've given here old scheme they're following. Old scheme. Then basic salary 275, 675. He has joined the job on 1st of December. So for 12 months, it would be this much. Sorry, 4 months, 4 months, what I'm saying, 4 months. Then it would be cost of living allowance, 1,20,200 per month. And they say it will form part of retirement benefits. Again for 4 months. Then HRA, okay, before HRA, it is other allowances, 1,56,000 per month. Into 4. Is HRA deduction allowed? How much is the HRA? HRA is 1,37,838. Will HRA deduction be allowed in the old scheme? The answer is yes. It is the old scheme. What is the HRA deduction? What are the three limits? What are the three limits? 50% of salary or 40% of salary? He is living in Mumbai. He is living in Mumbai. 50% of salary. 50% of salary. Which salary? Which salary you will take? This plus 480 because it forms part of retirement benefits, cost of living allowance. You will take the 50% of it. You will take the 50% of it. Right? Then second is you see the HRA received. How much HRA is received? 137. Third is you see the HRA received, sorry, rent paid minus 10% of salary. How much rent you have paid? You have paid 60,000 per month. You have paid 60,000 per month into 4. 10% of salary. What you will take? You will take 11 lakh plus this. You will take it 10% of it. You reduce it. How much it comes? What is the lower of the three limits? What is the lower of the three limits? It is 81,650. You will reduce this much exemption is allowed. Now how much is the taxable? Now what is the taxable salary? Have I missed anything? The answer should be 22,63,000. Have I missed anything? Standard deduction, how much? 75,000? Standard deduction 75,000. The answer should be this much. It is 50,000. Old scheme. Old scheme, 50,000. Clear? So the answer would be why this answer is coming wrong? Have I done any calculation mistake? Oh, sorry. This was 1,37,838 per month. Per month. So it would be into 4. Yeah, into 4. But I think here I have taken it correctly, right? Yes. So it would be 26,27,202. Option number A. Clear? Everyone, is it clear till now? I hope you are able to follow me. I hope you are able to follow me. Clear? Let's move to the next. Today the participation is less. Guys, are you understanding? Ajay, Kuldeep, Aditya, Abhimanyu. Okay, all clear. Next is, let's move on to the next question. Case scenario number 19. Okay, let's quickly do it. Mr. X wanted to file his return of income for the previous year 25-26. He requires assistance for which he approached you. He has shared the following details relevant to previous year 25-26. Mr. X owned a house property in Mumbai. The same was rented out for 70,000 per month. He claims this was the only income which he earned during previous year 25-26. However, when you had sought his bank statement, you observed there are following additional amounts. There was a credit of 23,000. Now, is this 23,000 taxable includes income tax refund, which includes 5775 as interest on income tax refund? How much is taxable? He has received 23,000 in the bank account, out of which 5,000 is the interest income. So interest income is taxable surely. Next, on 15th August 2025, the bank statement showed a credit of 55,000, which he has claimed to receive a gift from grandchildren. If I am receiving gift from grandchildren, is that taxable or non-taxable? Is grandchildren covered in the relative? Is grandchildren covered in the relative 56 to 10? Navneet, grandchildren is covered. Grandchildren is covered. Linear descendants are covered, right? It is covered. Okay, one more thing to note here. Okay, maybe I'll come to it. Let you think first. On further assessment, you were able to understand that Mr. X and his wife have traveled to Australia during previous year 25-26 for spending some time with their daughter who is in Australia since their marriage. On scrutiny of their passport and relevant documents, you conclude they left India on 27th of September, returned on 30th of March. During the 4 preceding years, they stayed for 320 days. Prior to that, they have been staying in India only. Based on the facts, what is the residential status? What is the first condition for residential status? What is the first condition for residential status? 182 days or more? Guys, give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm just coming. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So the first condition is 182 days or more. It's not more than one. Yeah, equal to more than. Yes, correct. So let's see there. What is the residential status first? They left India on 27th. So I will count till 27th. April, May, June, July, August, 27 days in September. Plus the return on 30th of March. So 30th also I will count. 31st also I will count 2 days. Exactly 182 days it is coming. Exactly 182 days it is coming. Now this is resident. Now can you tell me whether they will be ROR or RNOR? Now they were in India for last 4 years. They were just 320 days. But before that they were staying in India. 9 out of 10 years they're already resident. Sorry, 2 out of 10 years they're resident. So it would be ROR. ROR. So the answer would be resident and ordinarily resident. Yes, more than 2 years and 730 days in the previous year. Last 4 years they were just 320 days, but prior to that they were complete entire 365 days. They were staying in India only. Mr. X requested to complete the tax liability in a manner such that his tax liability is minimum. Can you see the question is somewhat different? The question is somewhat different. They say compute the tax liability in a manner that tax liability is minimum. What would be the tax liability? Let's see. First of all, let's compute his taxable income. Minimum means we need to see under the both regime. Yes, that's a catch. We need to see under the both regime, whichever gives you the benefit, you will take that. You will take that. What is the income? Rental income 70,000 per month. 70,000 per month rental income. Now 70,000 into 12. Now you will get 30% deduction. You will get 30% 24A deduction. This is what will come 6,72,000. 6,72,000. Now there is income from other sources. Business income is not there, Navneet. Business income is not there in this question. There is an interest of 5,775, not 23k, only 5,775 would be taxable. I've taken 20%. Oh, my bad. Sorry, 30%. Thank you. Thank you for this, Tanu. Just typo error it was. Yeah. Next is they have received a gift. This gift is non-taxable. Non-taxable. So my income is this much only. My income is 593. Is there a deduction? Is there any deduction? No information is given for the deduction. So this is my tax liability. So this is my taxable income. What I'm writing. This is my taxable income. Can you compute the tax under the new regime? I can tell you in just without even calculating, I can tell you the answer. Can you tell me the tax under the new regime? Because you will get a 87. See, it is an MCQ. It is an MCQ. So you don't have to solve it entire. You just need to have the final answer. Save your time in it. You just don't apply your just. I'm saying just play smart here, right? Because why you will calculate? Because up to 12 lakh, anyways, you will give the relief, 89 relief. So that's why. Not relief, sorry, rebate. Rebate you will give. Navneet, why relief? This is the rebate that you will give. So the answer would be 0. The answer would be 0. Old regime. Okay, ideally, I know the answer. Because old regime, it will be more. Because no rebate also will be given. No margin relief. So how much will be the tax under the old regime? Okay, can you tell me what is the slab rate I should take? While computing the tax under the old regime, what is the slab rate I should take? 0 to 2.5 lakh? Then next 2.5 lakh? Then next how much? 93,775? First it would be 0%, then it is 5%, then it is 20%. I'm saying you are wrong. I'm telling you this answer is wrong. Can you tell me why? This answer is wrong. You will add the cells and all. This answer is wrong. Anyone? Standard deduction. Which standard deduction are you talking about, Kuldeep? There is no salary here. The rental we have already taken 30% deduction. Apply your mind. Read the question again. You already have the question. Just read the question again. IDMF deduction couldn't get you. Navneet, can you please write it complete? Kuldeep, you have the question in front of you. You see and tell me what is the mistake. I also only have this much question, as you will have in the exam. You need to make out from the question itself. We are preparing the return of the that Mr. X, right? Abhimanyu is correct now. They have said it was their 60th birthday on which they received the gift. The person is a senior citizen. In new scheme, is there a bifurcation in the slab rates of the senior citizen or super senior? The answer is no. These are standard. But in case of old regime, it is up to 3 lakhs that you need to take. Up to 3 lakhs that you need to take. Then it will be 2 lakh. The answer would be this much. But ultimately, will there be any benefit? The answer is no. See, if it is an MCQ, I would not have solved it. I've solved it so that I can show you all these things for the analysis. But in the exam, save time. It is a new regime. Already the tax is coming 0. You know that in the new regime tax is 0. You know in the old regime tax will be there. At least some tax will be there. So they want your minimum liability. Minimum liability would be 0. Very clear. Very easy answer. You don't even have to calculate. Clear? Okay, Mr. X has given the house property on rent to Mr. Y as salary person. Is there a requirement to deduct the TDS? Will Mr. Y will deduct TDS? Rent is 70,000 per month. Again, section 194 IB, very important section, multiple time tested. How much will be the TDS? 70K into 12. How much is the rent? Total rent is 840. Total rent is 840. 8 lakh 40,000. You take the 2% of it. You take the 2% of it. How much it will come? 16,800. Next. Which of the following answer is correct with respect to advanced tax liability? Now you read this question and answer me. Firstly, you answer this question, then I'll come to it. Advanced tax. Tell me the option number A, B, C, D. Which is the answer? Namni, the tax liability is zero. How it is 10,000? Tax liability is zero. Answer is B, correct. This person is senior citizen and doesn't have a PGBP income. Advanced tax liability doesn't arise. Clear? I hope you are with me till here, everyone. Is it clear till here? Is it clear? I hope you are enjoying the session, right? Okay. 2025. Okay. Let's do these two scenarios, then we'll go to the mock test questions, right? Rajan, aged 62 years and Indian citizens, resides in Delhi. His wife Sheetal. Okay, so can you see in the taxation all the chapters are interlinked? In one scenario, you can get the question from residential status as well. You can get salary as well, tax computation as well, and the advanced tax as well. So all of these chapters are related. That is the beauty of taxation. Mr. Rajan is 62 years. Again, he's a senior citizen and Indian citizen, resides in Delhi. His wife Sheetal and daughter Riya also reside with him. Riya is aged 16 years, is studying in 12th standard in Devi School in New Delhi. Mr. Rajan left for employment to Dubai on 15th of September, but his family didn't accompany him. He returned to India on 25th of March. Mr. Rajan had gone outside India for the first time in his life. During April 25 to September 25, he was working with a multinational company in Delhi. He earned salary of 14 lakhs from his job in India. He paid tuition fee of 1,80,000. Okay. Apart from this, Mr. Rajan also earned professional income, gross receipts from India. So income was 60 lakhs, gross receipts are 90 lakhs. So balance 30 lakh were the expenses. During the year, he also earned interest from his Indian savings bank account to the tune of 12,000. And saving bank account interest, if it will be the old regime, then in that scenario, the deduction will be there for saving bank interest as well. Interest from fixed deposit, 45,000. Okay, Navneet says 80 Is the 80 answer correct? Is 80 answer correct? Everyone. Is the 80 answer correct? He is a senior citizen, Navneet. I said in the starting of the question, your entire question can go wrong. 80 will apply, 50,000 senior citizen. And the fixed deposit is the 45,000. Mr. Rajan has also earned salary income. Here the income is more, 45 plus 20, 12. He can get 50,000. Let's suppose if the income is less, then he will get less. Let's suppose this FD income is not there. Then how much 80 he will get? How much 80 he will get if the interest income FD income is not there? He will get up to the amount of interest income, right? 12K. Also make sure that, right? Now he has earned a salary in Dubai 6 lakh for his job in Dubai. Okay, tell me, now this is a Dubai salary. If he will be resident in India, then global income will be taxed. If he will be non-resident in India, will this 6 lakh be taxed? If he will be non-resident in India, will this 6 lakh be taxed? The answer is no. Which is deposited in the bank account in Dubai and later on remitted to India. Mr. Raj has exercised the option to shift out. It means old regime. Old regime. Clear? What is the residential status? What is the residential status? Tell me. Residential status is till 15 September, 30 days of April, May, June, July, August, and then 15 days of September. Sorry, he came back to India on 25th of March. So how many days in March? 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, 31. 7 days in March. So in total 175 days. Is 182 days condition satisfied? The answer is no. Will I check 60 plus 365 condition? Will I check 60 plus 365 condition? Dan Abhimanyu says no. Why? Why? Because went for the first time. No, Navneet, this is not the answer. He has gone for employment. He has gone for employment outside India. Right? He has earned salary. So in case of employment, 60 plus 365 is not checked. Right? 60 plus 365 is not checked. So for the purpose of employment, only 182 days condition is there. That is not satisfied. It means this person is non-resident. Plus, in Dubai, there is no tax. So we will check. We will check. Wait, wait, wait. An Indian citizen, how much income is there in India? He has earned this 60 lakh professional income. So it is much above 15 lakhs, more than 15 lakhs. Indian citizen outside India doesn't pay tax. So he will be treated as deemed resident. Deemed resident, section 6(1)(a). Now, deemed resident is considered RNOR, deemed resident but not ordinary resident. Clear? So, what should be the answer? Deemed resident but not ordinary resident. Clear? What would be the income chargeable under the head salaries? Very easy. How much income under the head salary? Now, when he is not ordinary resident, is foreign income taxed in India? Is foreign income taxed in India? The answer is no. Only the business profession which is controlled from India will be taxable. Only PGBP that is controlled from India will be taxable. So this 6 lakh salary will not be taxable in India. Now he has salary how much in India? In India he has received salary of 14 lakhs. So what should be the answer? He is in the old regime. He is in the old regime. See, these are the small points you need to note down. Otherwise you will do mistakes. Now what will be the answer? 14 lakh is the salary. 14 lakh minus 50,000. 13 lakh 50,000 should be the answer. Next, chapter 6 deduction. Chapter 6 deduction. First of all, he will get 80 TTB. We discussed 80 TTB he will get. How much 80 TTB he will get? He will get the 80 TTB of 50,000. 50,000 plus anything else he will get. Anything else they will get? Yes, 150 tuition fee up to 1,50,000 ETC is there. So 50 plus 150. How much will be the total? 50 plus 150. How much is the total? 200K. 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees. So it would be 2 lakh rupees. Tax liability. Now it's very easy. You know the income as well. Salary head income is 13 lakh 50,000. There was a interest income and all 12. This was 12,000 and 45,000. Plus there was one income of that what do we call it? Professional income of 60 lakhs was also there. How much is the total income? Total income will be 74 lakh 7,000. Now I'll take the deduction 2 lakhs as we computed under chapter 6A. So this was profession, this was interest, this was salary. Now this was deduction. This is my tax total income. Total income 72 lakh 7,000. Okay. Can you compute the tax? Everyone, can you compute the tax liability now? Yeah, nowadays tax audit will be there. That is fine. But ultimately, the tax is to be paid on that, right? Tax audit will surely be there because the professional income is okay. We see the receipts. Professional receipts are more than 50 lakhs, right? The tax audit will be applicable. Correct. Good observation. Everyone, what is the tax liability? Can you tell me the slab rates for the old scheme? Up to 2 lakh 50,000, then next 2 lakh 50,000, then next 5 lakhs. Then what is the balance left? This minus 10 lakhs. Yes, now every one of you are correct. I said it wrong. 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs, because he's a senior citizen. Very, very important to see all of this. 0%, 5%, 20%, 30%. Will surcharge be applicable? Will surcharge be applicable? How much? More than 50 lakhs, 10% surcharge. 10% surcharge. The total will be this plus this. Next, 4% cess. 4% cess. Total would be 22 lakh 56,082. Let's see. You rounded 22 56,080 on. Should be there. Yes, C is the answer. C is the correct answer. What is the due date of filing the return? Now this one should be easy. Someone has already mentioned the hint. Tax audit is applicable. Tax audit is applicable. So what would be the answer? 31st October would be the answer. Clear? This question I want to do after the break. It will take some time. Case scenario 25. Let's do this one. MTP question we can do. This case scenario number 25 I will take after the break. It will take some time. Let's do this MTP1 questions. Then till here, then we'll take a break. Okay. MTP1. Examine and compute the tax liability for deduction of tax at source. SBI paid 70,000 per month and 60,000 per month in rent to central government. And Mr. Kunal, in which the branches are situated. Now SBI has taken two branches on rent. One they are paying rent to central government, another one they are paying to the individual. Is the TDS applicable? First of all, which section would be applicable? Okay, SBI is paying to two persons. They are paying to CG and to Kunal. In case of central government, the TDS is not applicable. In case of Kunal, 194I would be applicable because we see SBI is will be covered in 194I, 60,000 per month. 60,000 per month. How much total? 720,000. 7,20,000 for the year. How much percentage? 194I. 10%. 10%. Clear? Next. Payment of 2,50,000 to Deepak, a transporter who owns 8 goods carriages. He doesn't furnish pen. First of all, which section will apply here? Which section will apply here? Payment to transporter. Okay, Navneet says no, less than 10 vehicle. Okay. One 194C. 194C. Okay, Navneet, you say no TDS since less than 10 vehicle. There were other two conditions. Less 10 or less vehicles, plus he is in the business of flying hiring, and then he's in the business, that is also fine, transporter. Then he furnishes a declaration plus PAN. Has he given a declaration? The answer is no. Has he given a PAN number? PAN number is not furnished. PAN number is not furnished here. So that declaration and PAN number is must, right? PAN is not given here. So it means that provision will not be applicable. The TDS would be applicable. How much? How much TDS rate would be applicable? 2%? 2%? 2,50,000 into 2%? Who agrees with me? 2%? No, 20%. Because the PAN is not furnished. 20% higher rate will be applicable. Clear? 2,50,000 into 20% would be 50,000. It will be 50,000. Clear? Next. Enumerate the cases where return of loss has to be filed on or before the due date. Also enumerate where we cannot carry forward the losses on which are not filed before the due date. Okay, which are the losses we can carry forward even if the return of loss we have filed later? Even if we have filed the return late, there are two types of losses which we can carry forward: house property and unabsorbed depreciation. Unabsorbed depreciation. Okay, effectively, is house property loss applicable in case of new scheme? Is house property loss applicable in case of new scheme? The answer is no. Okay, and which are the cases losses? Let's suppose we have capital gain loss, we have race horses loss, business loss. All that we need to file on time. So both the cases they are asking which one we can carry forward and which one we cannot carry forward. I hope the speed is fine, right? You are understanding with me. The speed is fine. It's a revision, right? You're able to follow me, right? Okay. Yeah. Mr. Vishnu has undertaken certain transactions during financial year 25-26 where the PAN number is mandatory. Sale of scooter. If we are selling the scooter, is PAN mandatory? Was there any such transaction? Sale of scooter? No. Nothing like sale was there. No. Life insurance premium 67,000, whether you pay in cash or whatever form you pay, it is greater than 50,000, then it is required. PAN number is required. Purchase of float 9 lakhs, stamp duty value 11 lakhs. Now, okay, one thing, let me clarify here. When you see, for the purpose of TDS, section 194A is there, more than 50 lakh, you need to deduct the 1% TDS. In there, we see actual consideration of stamp duty value, whichever is higher, on that the TDS of 1% is applicable. Everyone with me till here? Stamp duty value or actual consideration, whichever is higher, on that 1% is applicable. But for the purpose of quoting the PAN, we see the actual consideration. Here, if the immovable property we purchase is greater than 10 lakh, then the PAN number is required. But here the actual consideration is 9 lakh, but the stamp duty value is 11 lakh. So in this scenario, where we have to quote the PAN number, if greater than 10 lakh is the property value, we need to quote the PAN number. But here we see only the actual consideration. We do not see the stamp duty value. Sorry, have I said it? Sorry, I said it wrong. I'm sorry for this. I said it wrong. It is required. It is required. Please ignore this. We will take the higher here as well. We will see the higher here as well. I'm sorry for this. I think I got confused in that. Here we will take the higher of the two, 9 and 11, whichever is higher. Higher is 11 lakhs. I think I confused that with some other concept. Okay. Here it is 11 lakhs. That is greater than 10 lakhs. The PAN number will be required. I'm sorry for the confusion. Okay. Here it will be required. Applied for the credit card. For the credit card application, the PAN number is also required. Clear? Okay. So I hope you are clear till here. Let's do one thing at 7:20. Let's take a quick 10-minute break. Let's take a quick 10-minute break, then we'll start again. Okay. Manish, you can start the break for 10 minutes. Manish, can you hear me? Okay, it's 7:20. We will start at 7:30. So everyone, are you back? Navneet, Linga, Tanu. Okay. Let's go back to the question we left. Case scenario number 25. Case scenario number 25. Now, Abhinav and Sons, a sole proprietor, is engaged in the business of manufacturing pharmaceutical, and it started its business on 20th of June 2020. Tax head of Mr. Abhinav and Sons furnished the following particulars on 31st of March 2026. Income from PGBP, fixed deposits. Same was received on 30th of April after deduction of tax at source. Can you see this line is important? Is this line normally given in any question? Is this line normally given in any question? This type of line is normally not given, right? So this may have some significance. This is something different line you are getting. So this may have some significance. Okay. So donation to PM Cares Fund, which deduction? Which deduction? PM Cares Fund. 80G, 100%. It is 100% without limit. Turnover of the previous year is 15 crores. 15 crores. Proprietorship turnover is 15 crore. It means tax audit is applicable. Tax audit is applicable. Messrs. Abhinav and Sons opted for the default tax regime, opted out of the default tax regime. It means they are following the old regime. It means ATG and all deductions would be available. It has 150 employees during the previous year 24-25 with an annual increment of 10% in their monthly emoluments. They have 150 employees like this. Now further, they added 50 employees during previous year 25-26. Next. Emoluments to all employees are being paid by of account paycheck. All employees participate in the recognized provident fund, and while casual employees do not. No employees have left their job previous year 24 and 25. What is the due date of filing the return? Very, very easy. What is the due date of filing the return? 31st October because the tax audit is required. Because the tax audit is required. Clear? Because the turnover is 15 crores. 15 crores. The tax audit is must. Next. 80 JJAA deduction. So these are the new employees hired this year, right? So we will take this 20 employees at the beginning of the year. 21,000 into 12 months into 20 employees. 50 lakh 40,000. How much percentage of it? 30%. Plus these employees, 1st of July 2025, 35. They were employed on 1st of July. So how many months they were? They were for 9 months. 22,500 into 9 into how many employees? 35 employees. Again, this much. Total would be 36, 38, 250. 36, 38, 250. What is the total income of Abhinav and Sons? Total income, have they given income under the head PGBP? It is a sole proprietorship. 5,75,000, 22,750. Sorry, 5 crores. Interest on fixed deposit 12,50,000. This is FD interest. This is PGBP. Then donation to PM Cares Fund This is the total. PM Cares Fund, we will be allowed 80G, 100%. 80G, 100%. How much? 2,50,000. The total would be this much. Sorry, one more deduction, 80JJAA, we have calculated 36 lakh. So this would be, we'll total this up. This will be 5 crore 48 lakhs. 5 crore 48 lakhs. Right? Next. Now, what was the question? Question was on the taxable income, or it was on the tax total income. Okay. Total income will be 5 crore 48 lakh 84,500. So B would be the answer. Clear? The next one they ask is the tax payable. Can you help me to calculate the tax liability? They're following the old scheme. Tax liability. Old scheme. Senior citizen or non-senior? Have they given any information? No. So that's why we will take 2,50,000 limit. The next 2,50,000. The next 5 lakh. Then we will take the balance. Clear? So this will be 0%. This will be 5%, 20%, 30%. One crore 62 lakhs. We will add surcharge. What is the surcharge rate that will be applicable in the old scheme? It is more than 5 CR. Yes, correct, Navneet. 37%. 37%. We will add it. Right? Then the next would be cess. The total will be this much. Okay, see here. 2 crore 31 lakh 92,680 is also given. Now you will take the answer as C. But there is a problem. Can you see? I have told you. They said, what is the tax payable? What is the tax payable? There was some TDS that was deducted. Can you see? Interest on fixed deposit on some TDS. This was received after deduction of tax. They're specifically saying it means TDS of how much was deducted? 10% is the rate on the FDs, other than securities. So what is 1,25,000 TDS should have been deducted? This is a very important point. Otherwise, your entire answer can be wrong. So the answer would be 2 crore 30 lakhs. So the answer would be 2 crore 30 lakh 67,680. This is very important. You need to deduct the TDS, otherwise this will become wrong. And they will intentionally give this option C to you so that you mark the incorrect answer. Okay, let's move on. MTP2 question number 4B. Whether you are required to file the return of income. Manish and Sons sold a residential house, long-term capital gain 12 lakhs, invested in 54 EC bonds, no long-term capital gain. Whether the return filing is required or not. Yes, it is required. We see the total income excluding chapter 6 deduction of 54 deductions, exemptions. So it is more than, it is 12 lakhs more than the minimum amount chargeable to tax. So the return filing is required. Then Smart incurred an electricity expenditure of 1,20,000. What is the limit for electricity expenditure? Exceeding 1 lakh. So the return filing is required. Return filing is required. Next. Briefly discuss the provision of TDS TCS. Mr. Deepak wishes to purchase a residential house costing 60 lakhs. House is situated in Chennai. Stamp duty value 65 lakh. He also wants to purchase agriculture land in a rural area, 65 lakh. Both the buyer and seller are residents. They are purchasing the house and agricultural land. On this house, firstly tell me on this house whether the TDS is applicable. On this house whether the TDS is applicable. 1%, 194 IA. It will be on 60 lakh or 65 lakh. It will be on 60 lakh or 65 lakh. Higher of the two, always 65 lakhs. 65 lakh into 1% would be 65K would be applicable. 65,000 rupees would be the TDS. Next, partnership. Sorry, on the agricultural land, it is rural area, non-taxable, so TDS will not be applicable. TDS will not be applicable. Next, ABC and Company, partnership firm, car dealership showroom. It has purchased 2 cars from XYZ Limited, car manufacturer. So they have purchased 2 cars from the, this is the manufacturer, this is the dealer. Now dealer has purchased 2 cars for 2 crores and each car is worth more than 12 lakhs. What is the limit for TCS? Greater than 10 lakhs. If the car value is greater than 10 lakhs, TCS is required. But that is required in B2B as well. The answer is no. In case of dealership, it's not required. It is for the end consumer. Now it sells cars to individual buyers, yielding 10% margin on cost. When they will sell to the consumers, then it is required because the value is more than 12 lakhs. In fact, they are selling more than that. Then in that scenario, it will be required. Clear? Okay, one more thing. They've given turnover of ABC and Company. Okay, you also need to write one more thing here. Only this much will not be sufficient. TCS provision will not be sufficient. Okay, so yeah, they've written here ABC Company and XYZ Limited less than 10 CR. So it means the TDS provisions are applicable or not applicable. 194Q. 194Q is not applicable here. Clear? The buyer definition is more than 10 CR, then only the 50 lakhs provision is applicable. MTP number 5. Good question again. We need to compute the advanced tax. We need to compute the advanced tax. Estimated tax 80,000, TDS 12,000. $80,000, 12,000. What is the net that we have to pay? What are the percentages for installments? What are the percentages for installments? For TDS. For TDS, what are the percentages for installment? 15%, 45%, 75%, 100%. Of the 68K, I will apply this much. So in the first installment, I will pay 10,200 to pay. Second installments, I will pay 3,600 minus 10,200 I've already paid. It is 75, not 74. Navneet. Yeah. Okay. You're asking Tanu. Yeah, that was a typo, I think. Now this minus what you have already paid. Now this minus whatever you have already paid. So this way you will pay complete 68,000. Clear? Next. Is PAN number mandatory? Insurance purchased for 40,000. Is PAN number mandatory? Insurance purchase for 40,000, less than 50,000, not exceeding 50,000, not mandatory. Acquiring the bonds of RBI 1,10,000. Is PAN number mandatory? Is PAN number mandatory? What is the limit? Everyone, what is the limit? No one remembers. We have seen today greater than 50,000. Issuance of credit card. If you are applying for issuance of credit card, whether you are required to give the PAN number? Yes, always. Then payment of 1 lakh by account paycheck to travel agent for to Singapore 3 days visit. The answer is no. It is required when the payment is greater than 50,000, but it is when cash. Now I am not paying by cash, I am paying by the account paycheck. Then it is not required. It is required only when I pay greater than 50,000 in cash. It is only in cash. So normally it's not required. Clear? Okay, Navneet, it says whether you're required to give the PAN number or not. You are required to give the PAN number when you pay to the travel agents more than 50,000 in cash. If you pay more than 50,000 by account paycheck or something, then PAN number is not required. Only when you pay in cash more than 50,000, then only the PAN number is required. Clear? That's why that table was not in the summary. I said specifically, please quoting the PAN number table, revise specifically. Yes, if paid with card to anyone in the case of travel agents, then not required. PAN number is not required. Okay. MTP7. Examine the applicability of TDS and TCS. ABC Limited paid rent of 75,000 to Ram for office premises. Mr. Ram has furnished this pen and also filed the return before due date regularly. Yeah, in case of hotel, if you pay more than 50,000, then yeah. Okay, in Navneet, for this hotel thing, let me just quickly cross check if it is written here. What is the point number for hotel? Yeah, if payment in cash exceeds 50,000, then only the hotel is required, right? If it is other than cash, then not required. Okay, coming back to here, rent on the office premises is there. Which section will apply? Which section will apply here? 194 I more than 50,000. Will we include the GST portion in the TDS? Do we include the GST portion in the TDS? The answer is no. We take on the base value 75,000. What is the rate applicable for the office premises other than plant and machinery? Other than plant and machinery, 10%. 10%. So what will be the TDS? 75,000 into 12 months into 10%, into 10%. Clear? Next. XYZ Private Limited sells two cars to Mrs. Anju costing 4 lakh and 12 lakh respectively on these two dates. Mrs. Anju has furnished her PAN, her retail file of income. Will TCS be applicable? On the first car for 2 lakh, 4 lakh, less than 10 lakh, TCS not applicable. For the second car, the TCS will be applicable. Greater than 10 lakhs. Clear? Okay. This is the last question we have for practice. Then it will be open to you. You can ask whatever questions you have in your mind. Okay. Messrs PQR and Company, a proprietary firm of Yogesh, paid an amount of 50,500 to Amit, a resident individual aged 45 years on June 1st, 2025 towards professional services. Subsequently, they made a payment of 60,000 to Amit on this date. Tax was not deducted in both the transactions. Amit has filed his return for the assessment year 26-27 on May 2nd, taking into account the professional fee and paid the taxes on the income declared in the return of income. Firm's turnover is 5 crores. What is the TDS? Read it. Okay, tell me which section will be directed? which section is attracted? 194J, 10%, 10%. But there is one provision. If you do not deduct the TDS, but the other person includes your income in their return of income and files it, then then in that scenario, you are exempted. You are exempted. You only have to pay the interest. You only have to pay the interest. Getting it? So in June, you made a payment of 50,500. It is greater than 50,000. The TDS was required. TDS was required, right? So for this payment, the TDS was required, but not deducted. Okay, let me explain you. Navneet says interest of what? I'll explain you. No, limit of 30,000 is not there when you now the 50,000 limit is there. 50,000 limit is there. See, first of all, I'm explaining you in detail. On June 1st, 2025, the payment was made, TDS was required to be deducted. The limit is greater than 50K, the TDS is required. It was the payment of 50,500. So TDS was required. How much TDS was to be deducted? It was 10% of it. 10% of it. Now, ideally, there was non-deduction, so that interest will apply, continue to apply until the amount is deducted. But in future, no one deducts, right? Like this. So, but there is other provision. See, why the government has made the TDS provision so that they can track the income of other party. Now, this was Messrs PQR paid an amount to Mr. Amit. This was PQR, a proprietary firm, paid to Amit. Now, ultimately, the government objective is to catch so that the people do not escape the income. Now, what Mr. Amit does, this income he has included in his return of income. This income he includes in his return of income. Includes income and files return. Ultimately, tell me, is the government objective fulfilled? Is the government objective fulfilled of tracking and getting the things online so that this person is reporting the income? So what they say, in fact, a CA certificate is also required for this. If that is the case, then ultimately, and this person files return on 2nd of May. Now the government says, okay, ultimately we have got the tax, so we are now satisfied. So you pay the interest for this period. You were to pay TDS in June. You pay the interest for this period. You pay the interest for this period. And we will relieve you of this TDS liability. Otherwise, the government can come and say, okay, if you pay 5,050 because you haven't deducted, but you need to pay to the government, right? They will assume the amount paid as the net, and they will take the grossing up, and they will charge you the tax, TDS. They say you pay the interest. Interest for how many months you will pay? You will pay from June to May. Part of the month is also considered full month. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Total 12 months interest you pay. So 5,050 into 1% into 12 into 12. You pay the interest of 606. Clear? The second case, the TDS was in the month of January 30th. January 30th, 2026. So what you will do? You need to pay the interest from Jan, Feb, March, April, and May. Jan, Feb, March. Okay, you need to include June here as well and May here as well. Okay, part of the month is also considered full month. It is taken calendar month, Navneet, for the purpose of TDS. You don't calculate it day wise. Okay. Here also, even if it's 30th of January, you will charge the interest for January. Jan, Feb, March, April, May. 5 months interest will you need to pay. How much was the amount? 60,000 was the payment. So 6,000 would have been the TDS. You pay it for 1% into 5 months. 300. 300. So this is much interest you need to pay. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? See, what are the TDS and the interest obligations? Messrs Fastest Limited is a car manufacturer. During the year, they sold car for 150 lakhs, 1.5 crore to the distributors. Is TCS applicable in case of distributor? No. Then price of each car was 7.5 lakh. Now, okay, when they further sell it, 7.5 crores, still the TCS will be applicable or not? Still the TCS will not be applicable because the car value is not more than 10 lakhs, not more than 10 lakhs. Clear? But last they also write the race company. See, in this scenario, will the TDS be applicable? 194Q not applicable because the race company buyer will not qualify. The turnover is 8 crores. 8 crores. Okay. Are we clear till here, everyone? See here, if you will forget writing 194Q, then that is also a problem. You need to remember 194Q as well, right? Okay. So officially, whatever questions we have to cover, we have covered all of these. Now it is open now, open session now. Whatever questions you can have, if you have any questions. Okay, 194Q, no problem. I'll explain. Let's go to the book. Okay, this is introduction. See here. If you purchase the goods, you will pay to the seller. They say if you are purchasing goods and they're greater than 50 lakhs, right? Now in this scenario, let's take the example of this race car only. Now this fastest car is the manufacturer, F is the manufacturer. Now who is purchasing from them? This purchase from race car. They are selling to race car. Race car is a dealer. Now if it is a dealer, then the TCS provision is not applicable. The TCS provision is not applicable in case of, because this is the distributor to distributor, manufacturer to distributor is not applicable. But now another provision may be applicable. This distributor purchases for 150 lakhs. It is purchased for 1 crore 50 lakhs. Now it is greater than 50 lakhs. So 194Q should be applicable? No. Because they say this person who is purchasing should have the turnover of greater than 10 CR. The buyer should have turnover of greater than 10 CR. So they are having turnover of only 8 CR. That's why the 194Q is not applicable. Navneet, clear? ABC Limited. Okay, there is one query from Visual. ABC Limited sells a flat to Mr. Jatin for 47 lakhs. The agreement to has an in addition to pay maintenance charges. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Visual. So I said in that question, the first question that we did. Okay, the stamp duty value is 48 lakh. It's fine. Okay, I'll come one by one to everyone. 47 lakh plus 2 lakh 40,000. See, people try to do the planning, but government curbs that. You say whatever you pay at the time of purchase, you need to include that, and the 1% will be applicable on that. Clear? So that is the idea. Otherwise, what people will do, they will never pay TDS. They will pay so much amount as maintenance and all those things. Clear? Yeah, Navneet, if you want, you can unmute. Okay, I have allowed unmuting. Now you can
Yes,
unmute.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, actually, I don't have doubt. I have a query that I am facing problem for last 2 or 3 days. Like, I'm unable to log in on the portal of the ICAI BOSS portal to attend the live virtual classes. So I have to attend through the mobile app, in which I'm facing problem to chat or to answer, because I have to go back to the question, then I have to come to the chat box using for first time. So
Right.
actually, I mail to the department that the department is sending OTP to my old number, which is not registered on my SSP portal. I have sent a mail that I have updated my mobile number on SSP portal. I call.
Manishji? Okay, I got it. Manishji, can you hear me? Navneet, can you type your contact number or contact number to Manishji specifically? Just type it only to him, okay, in the chat window. Manishji, please note Navneet's contact number and please resolve his query. Okay, Navneet, you type your contact number to Manishji and Manishji will connect you. They'll help you to resolve this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Next one was okay. Aditya is asking 194H. 194H is about commission. Very simple. See, I'll give you an example. You pay commission to anyone. Okay. You pay commission or brokerage to anyone. Let's suppose, do you know the concept of commission agents? Do you know the concept of commission agents? Right? They will give you some service and they will charge commission in that return, right? Let's suppose if you, yeah, right, Linga said in mandis and all, right? So in markets and all, grain markets, vegetable market, all that there are contacts. Okay, Navneet, you have sent the contact number. Manishji will note it, and Manishji, please resolve this query. Okay, Navneet. Okay, now there is a there is in mandis, like what happens? There are commission agents. The people come. Right? Let's suppose the farmers, they bring their the grains to the market, and the commission agent help them to sell it. Or maybe that is just one example. Any commission they are charging. If the commission amount is more than 20,000, right? In that scenario, the whosoever, now what happens is, let me show you here. Now this is the person who is providing this commission services. Now this person is helping to sell goods or helping to sell grains of the farmers. Now ultimately it is the material of the farmer, it is the grains of the farmer that we are selling, but this person is helping in the process. This person is commission agent. They will get commission from whom? They will get commission from the seller. They will get commission from the seller or from the farmer as well. No, they will get from the seller. The seller will pay them commission. Now, if seller is paying them the commission, the seller need to deduct 2% TDS. Provided this seller is an individual or HUF. If this seller is an individual HUF, then their turnover is greater than 1 CR or 50 lakhs in case of profession. Got it? Next. 234 Tanu says 234 B and C. Okay, 234 B and C. It is in which chapter? Can you please give me the quick here only? Chapter number advanced X1, no? Right? 8. No, it is in 7, right? Yes. 234C. Okay. Now, Tanu, see this. What is 234A, B, and C? When you file the return late, okay, tell me one thing. Let's do it one by one. You have to deposit. Okay, Tanu, can you unmute? Can you unmute? Maybe that will help us discuss better. I'll give you the logic. So that's why you will be able to do it better, right? I've asked you to unmute.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Tanu, see, think logically and it will be in your mind. First of all, during the year when you earn the income, you need to pay advance tax, right?
Yes, sir.
If you do not pay the advance tax, which section applies?
Sir, 234.
C. 234C will be applicable.
Yes.
But tell me, for the financial year 25-26, advance tax will be paid by March itself, March 2026.
Yes, sir.
If after March you are paying, that will be called self-assessment tax, not the advance tax.
Yes, sir.
So 234C applicability will be till March 2026. Once the year is closed, 234C is gone. So if you have made a default in payment of the advance tax, till that time you need to pay. So you need to charge it till March 2026. Clear? Second thing. But if you haven't paid the tax till March 26, will the government say will not charge you interest? They will not say this. They will still charge you the interest. Then the meter of 234B starts. They say now there is unpaid tax 234B will start. 234B will start from 1st April 2026. Got it? And till the time you deposit all the amounts, the 234B will remain. Got it?
Yes.
Next, third thing. Now that was about the taxes. For the advanced tax, they have taken you. For after the advanced tax, whatever unpaid taxes are there, they have taken you 234B. Now they say you should file the return on time. You should file the return on time. If you do not file the return on time, we will charge you the additional interest on the unpaid amount. Because at least we want the tax. We want the tax, right? The government says this. So whatever is the due date of the return, if you do not pay by that date, after that 234A will start. Getting it? So 234B, then 234, so sorry, 234C, then B, then A. Clear? Okay. Anything else? Any other query?
No. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Any query from any chapter you can ask, not restricted to these chapters. If you have any query in the taxation, okay, I'll just give you now. Okay, now I'll say you one or two things. See, whenever you appear for the taxation, it's a very interesting subject, but one small mistake can make your entire question wrong, right? So it's better you just focus on the basic pointers, right? Like we did it in the today's class as well, last class as well, right? Now uh, you need to now these classes, revision classes, will help you a lot. Just now the exams are near, only 1 month is left, approximately 1 month and one week is left, right? So just focus on your studies, okay. Let me take some doubts first, then I'll come to it. Okay, firstly let's solve the technical doubt. Advanced tax deducted in a progressive manner. Advanced tax is 15, 45, 75 and 100%. We have seen the calculation as well, Kuldeep, right? Advanced tax is not deducted, it is paid, right? How it is calculated? 15th May to June 20th. Aditya, which question you are saying 15th May to June 20th? Abhimanyu, I'll come to that, okay? Yeah, Aditya, you can unmute quickly.
So good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, sometimes they give quarterly date. On that time, how we calculate date? In the first week, they give 1st June. Then we easily calculate on that date. But a quarterly date, they give 17th June, 15th June. How we calculate on that date for the last? To make it gives some confusion, sir.
For interest you are asking, for the advanced tax you are asking?
Sir, advance tax, some dates are given, sir.
Advanced tax is very simple, no? Advanced tax you need to deposit in 4 installments. June 15th, what do we call it? Yeah, those 4 dates, June 15, September 15, and then we have seen the calculation as well, right? See here. June 15, September 15, December 15, and March 15th. Now, what is the date? These are the only 4 dates that you need to pay the advance tax. No other dates are there.
So sometimes they give some dates, like calculation on dates, sir. 5 days, or calculate on that. Like the last
Can anyone explain
return
it?
of file, return of filing, sir. Return of filing.
Okay, return filing. Now, return file. Okay. Now, what is the query? Let's suppose they give you any date of return filing. Then what you query? You have query in the advance tax, or you have query in the interest, or how is it?
Sir, one doubt, sir. You have to calculate on that 30, 31,
Okay.
30, 31, 31, 27.
You're comfort. Okay, if you're comfortable in Hindi, Aditi, you can speak in Hindi as well. Okay. Explain me your doubt.
Sir, I understand, sir. 182 days you have to calculate on that. 182 days, like calculator 135, 160 date, total calculated.
Okay, Aditya, you are saying that you want to calculate the residential status. That is your question, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the
Okay,
question,
now,
sir.
okay, whenever you start with, right, you tell me the question from which topic you're asking, right? Now, your question is not on advanced tax, your question is not on 234B. Your question is on your question is on residential status. Now you say on the residential status, they give us the in between dates. Let's suppose the person has left India on 15th of May, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then he came back on 16th of June, right? That's what you want to ask,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. But
The
how
answer
we
is C.
calculate?
Yeah, very simple. See, 15th of May he left the India. So the day you leave the India and the day you came back in India, all both the days are counted. Both the days are counted. Now 15th May you left India. So first to
Yes,
15th
sir.
May you were in India. So 15
Yes,
days
sir.
of
Yes,
May
sir.
are there. 15 days of May are there, right? Now you came back in India on June 16th. So June
Yes,
16th
sir.
also we will count. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are total 15 days you have. 16th June also you take. So there are again 15 days. So this person was in India in May on 15 days, on June 15 days. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So the day you leave India,
Oh,
the day you come India will come. Yeah, Tanu, I just calculated for May and June. For other months also you were there, still it will be there. Yeah. I just calculated for 2 months, just for his doubt. In April also he was there. After June also he was there. So we will take all number of days. Clear, Aditya?
yes, sir. But say if they give 17th May, what should we do? 17th May in India left India.
Sorry, couldn't get you. Repeat again.
Sir, if they in question sir, 15th May left India, you give. But if they give 17th May left India
Okay.
and
If you left
16th
India
came
on
back,
17th, okay, 17th May. Yeah, come again. Yeah, next.
just 16th June, sir. Same 16th June, sir.
Okay, came back on 15th of Jan. Okay. Then you want me to calculate the residential status?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay, fair enough. I'll do it. Okay, tell me. He left India on 15th of 17th of May. In April,
yes,
how
sir.
many days he was there in India? 30 days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In May, how
30
many days
days,
he
sir.
was in India? 17 days.
May 17th day.
June, he was not there in India. July, he was not there in India. August, September, October, November, December, he was not there in India. Then January, he came back on 15th of December. So 15th of December also we need to take. So 15 December to 31st of January. Sorry, 15 January to 31st January. 15 January also we need to include. So from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26 days plus 11 days. So total 17 days of January are there.
Okay, okay, sir. I got it, sir.
These
Got it,
also
sir.
include. Then 28 days, then 31 days. Then you calculate the number of days in total and then you see 182 days condition not satisfied. You see whether 60 plus 365 is satisfied, then it's fine.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Okay. I got it, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Clear, sir. Clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. The next question is on HRA. Okay, Abhimanyu, I'm coming to that question. Explain 139 updated return. Okay, Navneet, very simple. What is updated return? See, the time limit for the revised return or the belated return is till 31st of December. So let's suppose you will file the March 26 returns by that normal due date. If you want to file late, then also even with the late fee and everything, revised return, belated return, you can file up to 31st December 2026 only. Now there was a demand from the public that okay, and in fact government analyzed the other countries scenarios that even the late filing is allowed with some additional tax. The government says okay, if you want to file late, normally it's not allowed. Earlier it was blocked. Now there was a need because people wanted to file. The government also wanted some additional tax for that. So they said okay, you are filing late, we will allow you something called updated return. Because you are coming late, you are filing updated return, we will not allow you a scenario that will benefit you. So they said, if you will decrease the refund, we will not allow you. If you will decrease the taxable income, we will decrease the tax liability, we will not allow you. It is only for the benefit of the department. If you want to increase the index, if you want to decrease the refund, then we will allow you that thing. So that is the concept of the updated return. Now, they said, okay, now we will see how much you are coming late. They allow the updated return for 4 years, 48 months. They said, okay, now first March 26 return, you can file up to the 31st December 2026. Now you take 1 year, you come late 1 year, you come 24 months late, we will charge you additional tax of 25% only. let's suppose whatever is the additional tax. Now earlier there was a tax of 1 lakh. Now in the updated return there is a tax of 1,50,000. How much is the additional? How much is the additional? 50,000 is the additional. Everyone with me till here. Earlier in the original return there was a tax of 1 lakh. Now in the revised return, in the updated return, there is a tax of 1,50,000. 50,000 is the additional. They will say, okay, on this 50,000, on this additional tax, we will charge you additional 25%. Right? They will charge you additional 12,500. You need to pay that tax. Clear? Next thing, if you are coming 2 years late, till 2 years late, we will charge you additional tax of 50%. 3 years late, we will charge you 60, then 70%. So accordingly, the time you are coming late, we are allowing a benefit, so we'll charge you extra. Clear? Next, visual. That diagram is related to what? Which diagram? This diagram. This was just to make you understand this a commission agent thing, right? That 194H. These are just the. I'll share this Excel file also with the team. They will upload it, but this is nothing. This is just sort of working, right? Yes. So in April also there. Okay, I hope I have answered all the questions. If you still have any technical questions, you can ask. Visual, Gayatri, Linga, Kuldeep, Aditya, Abhimanyu, Tanu. Are you done? Okay, one question I've left is the last class question. Okay. Now I've searched on it. Okay. Okay, I'm coming to the last class question about the clubbing of income. Now how the income is being clubbed, I've done a little bit more research on it. What I came to know is, when you club the income, firstly you calculate the income, then you club it. Firstly you calculate the income, then you club it. It is the clubbing of income, not the gross income. Got it? So first of all, it is the clubbing of income, not the gross income. Now you will see, firstly, let's suppose husband and wife. Wife's salary is getting clubbed in the hands of husband. Then in that scenario, you will first calculate the wife income. Let's suppose it is income under the head salaries. So you will give the wife the standard deduction of 75,000. Then whatever is the income, that you will club in the hands of husband. Got it? So firstly, you calculate the income. Then whatever provisions you apply, then you club it in the hands of husband. That is the answer. Next. Updated return carry forward loss not allowed. See, Abhimanyu, in case of loss, if you are additionally claiming some more losses, then it's surely not allowed, because that is for your benefit. Now, if there was a loss in the return, okay, I'll explain. If there was a loss in the return, but now you're reducing that loss. Let's suppose earlier you claimed a PGBP loss of 5 lakh. Now you're reducing the loss. That is also beneficial to the department, Kuldeep. Sorry, Abhimanyu, quickly unmute. So let's suppose there was a PGBP loss. Yeah, there was a PGBP loss of 5 lakhs. Now that loss you are reducing to 4 lakhs. That is also for the benefit of department, not for your benefit. Earlier, in case of loss, the updated return was not allowed. But now, from assessment year 26-27, the updated return in case of loss is also allowed. But that concept has come in Finance Act 2026 only. That concept has come in Finance Act 2026 only. Ideally, that is applicable for assessment year 26-27, but that is not in your exams. But because in your exams, those Finance Act 26 is not coming. Got it? So earlier, in case of loss, as per your exams, the low you cannot update the return, right? Next. But now the amendment has come. Updated to carry for loss. How to? Okay, Kuldeep, how to learn so much section? Kuldeep, quickly, can you unmute? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tell me. See, 100% you cannot remember. 100% you cannot remember. But You cannot remember the 100% one, right? But now, give me one second. You cannot remember the 100% section, but I'll say approximately 70-80% sections at least you can remember. Whenever you study the concept, always learn it with section number. Like we have discussed the concept of TDS now. You know the section 192 is for salary, 194J is for professional income, 194C is for contract, Q is for TDS on purchase, right? 194 is then other sections are also there. 194I also is for rent, IA is for immovable property, IB is for rental. So if you will see what in these two classes, whatever I have discussed with section number,
Section.
right? So as and when you revise, always do keep section numbers in mind. And I'll say one thing. Let's suppose you have done the section number 194I or whatever section number you are done. Just cover the book, okay? Just cover the book with your hand or with any paper. Try to memorize it. Try to recall the concepts whether you're getting it or not. This is the best way to do it. With the theory, see, taxation is always mix of theory and practical. I will say it's not theory, it is all practical, but students feel it like theory as well. You just learn one section, you just read one section, understand it, you cover it, and then you see whether you're able to recall it or not. That is the best way to remember the theories of things.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
So most of
ultimately,
section are repeating one.
yeah, ultimately,
Transaction are repeating one. Some transport, rent.
come again.
Otherwise, it is if repetitively we perform, then easy to remember. I understand.
Yes, that is the only thing, right? And in fact, okay, I'll tell you, whenever you read it from the book, no, always do highlightings. Use the highlighters, right? In fact, I also now also, if you will see in my drawer, I have this. I'll show you. I have these two highlighters. Green. So I have one is green. Sorry, other one is green one, right? Yeah. I always keep these highlighters, right? So for the at the time of revision, you cannot revise entire things in one day. So better do highlight. The yellow you can mark the important ones. For the more important ones which you are not able to recall, you can mark with green or some other color, right? Always, because if you will do like this, see, I studied intermediate in 2016. Okay, so this way, even still, I remember the concept of intermediate. So if you learn it by heart, you will do it repetitive. Then ultimately, it registered in your mind. And always
Clear,
understand the concept. Don't just ratify anything. Okay.
clear, sir. Clear. Thank you.
And I'll say if you are done with complete, the only thing is there's some lengthy curriculum is there, but otherwise you can easily score ranks as well. There is not at all a problem. Okay. Meaning of section 234B, interest and applicability of inter 234C. Updated, yes, Gayatri. I'm coming to 234C. Okay. Updated return is still 4 years. Yes, assessment year. It is from the assessment year end. Okay, I think so. Just cross check it. I think it will from the assessment year end, right? If I'm not wrong, it is from the assessment year end. Okay, and the updated return where it is in chapter number 8. "48 months from the end of the relevant assessment year." Clear? It is not from December, it is from March, right? 234C I'm explaining. Give me 1 minute. Any brief on the MAT provision? MAT is not applicable to you guys, right? Companies MAT, minimum alternate tax, is not applicable to you. I think you may be asking Kuldeep MAT, AMT, right? AMT you may be asking. MAT and AMT are much different, Kuldeep. Okay. I think AMT will come in the next revision session, right? It is in the computation of tax, right? Kuldeep, I think that is not yet covered, right? So probably AMT, you can just quickly refer it in the next session, okay? Because I think it is yet to come. It is yet to be revised. I can cover it, that's not a problem, but I think it is yet to come. So ideally, it will automatically get revised in the next session. Okay, computation of interest and applicability of inter 234C. Let me. Two 234C. Is there a question in the book here for 234C? Which I can quickly refer. I just forget with the section. This is in chapter number 7, right? Yeah, 234C. Okay, 234C. Let me go up. Can you tell me the page number quickly? Where the main chapter page number? Anyone, if you can help me out in that? Yeah, this is the one. See, let me ask you, in this question, we solved a question, right? In this question, let's suppose the advance tax is not paid. Someone asked, okay, visual. I'll explain it in Hindi as well, okay? Let's suppose here the advance tax is not paid. It's very difficult for me to speak, but I'll try to. आपने यहाँ पे एडवांस टैक्स पे नहीं किया, राइट? आपको कितना एडवांस टैक्स पे करना था? 10,200, राइट? नाउ देयर इज वन कंडीशन, अगर आपने 12% तक पे नहीं किया, राइट? लेट सपोज आपने 10,000 पे कर दिया है, लेट सपोज आपने 10,000 पे कर दिया है, आपने 200 पे नहीं किया. Okay, let's take this scenario. You have paid this much amount. You have paid. You have paid here 10,000, and you have paid here. Let's suppose you have paid here 18,000. Fine. Now आपको 10,200 रुपये पे करना था, आपने 10,000 पे कर दिया है, तो आपका डिफॉल्ट कितने का है? 200 रुपये का है. बट दे से कि आपकी पहली इंस्टॉलमेंट अगर आपने 12% तक भी पे कर दिया है, इफ यू हैव पेड टिल 12% एज वेल, देन ऑल्सो इट्स फाइन. नाउ मैंने 8,160 से ज्यादा पे कर दिया, तो इस केस में मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगेगा. So my 234C interest would be 0. राइट? सेकेंड इंस्टॉलमेंट में मैंने 18,000 पे कर दिया है. अब मैं कैसे कैलकुलेट करूंगा? अब नाउ आई एम चेंजिंग दिस. गिव मी 1 सेकेंड. ओके, सी, अब मैंने पहली इंस्टॉलमेंट में 10,000 पे किया है, तो मैं यहां पर जो लेस करूंगा, अब वो 10,000 ही लेस करूंगा, क्योंकि मैंने पे ही उतना किया है. अब मुझे 20,600 पे करना था, राइट? क्या ये 36% है? मेरे को मुझे टोटल 68,000 पे करना था. उसका अगर मैं 36% लेता हूं, तो मेरा आता है 24,000. और मैंने अब तक कितना पे कर दिया? 10,000 प्लस 18,000, 28,000 पे कर चुका हूं मैं. तो क्या ये 24,000 से ज्यादा है? हाँ है. तो इसलिए मेरा 234C का इंटरेस्ट यहां नहीं लगेगा. नेक्स्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट, आई पेड जीरो. आई पेड जीरो. अब मुझे पे कितना करना था? मुझे यहां पर पे करना था 51,000. उसमें से मैंने जितना पे कर दिया वो मैं लेस कर देता हूं. मैंने पे किया है 10,000, सॉरी, माइनस 10,000 माइनस 18,000, इतना मैंने पे कर दिया है. अब मुझे पे 23,000 करना था, बट क्या मैंने पे किया? नहीं किया, जीरो पे किया. तो मेरा जो इंटरेस्ट लगेगा 23,000 इंटू 3 मंथ्स का इंटरेस्ट 3% लगेगा मुझे. 3% लगेगा मुझे, राइट? तो इट सेज पीरियड इज फॉर 3 मंथ्स, राइट? 3 मंथ्स का इंटरेस्ट लगेगा मुझे. नेक्स्ट, अब फिर मैंने जीरो पे किया है, तो मेरा डिफॉल्ट कितने का है? मुझे पे करना था, यहां पे 68,000 है. मैंने पे केवल कितना किया है? मैंने पे केवल 10,000 और 18,000 पे किया है. तो जो मेरा बचा है 40,000. अब 40,000 का मेरा डिफॉल्ट है, इस पर मैं 1% इंटरेस्ट पे करूंगा मार्च तक का, बिकॉज उसके बाद जो कैलकुलेशन है वो 234B में चली जाएगी. तो मुझे जो 234C का इंटरेस्ट पे करना है वो 1,090 रुपीज करना है. क्लियर है? विजुअल एंड एवरीवन whosoever asked it. Aditya, Aditya, you want me to take the AMT, or I think next session it will be automatically covered. 1% is sorry. Yeah, 1% is per month or part of the month. I've taken it correctly, right? I've taken 3% here and 1% here. See, for the period of April to June, it is covered here. From June to September, it's covered here. It is for next. It is for next 3 months, and it is from March to here, right? Okay, Aditya, AMT I think will be covered in the next session. I think it's fine. Next session it will be covered automatically, right? Clear? Anything else, or we can wrap it up for now? I think I've taken all the queries, whichever you asked. No queries left. Okay, another thing is, see, ideally, yeah, I think next class will be there. So probably I'll not be taking the next session, but anyways, just okay. Surely the faculty is allotted, and the faculty will take the session. But one thing is, uh, ideally, if still anyone faces any challenge, right, you can message me on Telegram. I'll surely reply you. Okay. If there is any query still you face anything, I'll surely reply you. Okay. Estimated 60,000, 60,000, no, Abhimanyu. In that case, 80,000 was the tax, but 12,000 already TDS is deducted, so that you don't have to pay. Only 68,000 you need to pay, right? You deduce the TDS or the advance TDS, whichever is deducted, right? Clear? Kuldeep, I'm not. Telegram ID. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to share all those things or not on the platform or not. Manishi, is that? I'm not sure I can share or not. Okay, probably. Manish, one or two students are asking that they want my Telegram ID to ask the doubt. So is that I'm allowed or not, or I'm not sure? Okay, fair enough, no problem. No, okay, because I'm not. Kuldeep, still, if there is any query, you can reach me on Telegram. Okay, I'll surely resolve your queries. Okay, it's no, not Telegram. I was saying LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can reach me. Okay, I'm not sure whether that is under the protocol or not, so I cannot say it right away. Okay. Okay then, Linga, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed both these sessions. Please do clear with your flying colors. You can easily achieve a rank if provided you target it, right? If you will not target it, then surely you will not achieve it, right? Okay, mail ID I can give. Mail ID I can give. I'm typing my mail ID, or it is. I'm showing you in the screen. Okay, jdeep.jkassociates@gmail.com. jdeep.jkassociates@gmail.com. Okay, fair enough. Target means, Kuldeep, if you will not aim for the higher marks, if you just don't study it for clearing it for 40, 50 marks, aim for the complete entire 100 marks. Why you will not achieve it? You can easily achieve it. Okay. See, I got a rank in intermediate. I targeted a rank in finals and got a good rank in finals as well. Okay. So you need to target it and work for it. Clear, everyone? Thank you very much. It was a wonderful session. It was an interactive session. Thank you very much. Okay. All wish you all the best for your May exams. Do share out your results whenever you clear. Right. Thank you. Yeah, Manishi, we can end the session. Thank you very much.